Starbucks?
Because the customer service.
Don't they ask for your name at Starbucks?
They ask for your name at Starbucks? That's good. What else?
If the waitress see you for the second time, for the third time, she will give you a card.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. This is your second time here, so
That's true.
she's stamping on the card.
Yeah, I've got Starbucks.
That's she did it because she remembered it.
What else?
And sometimes they couldn't understand me because they couldn't speak English very well.
You've got different accents there, so that affects it?
Yeah.
For me, I think Starbucks is more specialized for coffee. So every time when I want to drink coffee, I want to be a shop who is really the best for coffee. So I just come out with Starbucks. But Dunkin' Donuts just McDonald's or something like that. So if I don't feel hungry, I will maybe choose that one. But when I want to drink coffee, the most easy is Dunkin' Donuts. So I think maybe because Starbucks is really good at making coffee. So I like it.
That's a good thought too, Fanyan. Anything else?
For me, actually, both of them the same coffee for me. The simplest.
Are you equally, let's say, think of it this way, because I go to them for different reasons. Think about if you're taking a coffee on the go, does that affect it? Like if you're getting a coffee to go versus if you're going to go and stay somewhere and study for a couple hours, does that affect your decision? Which one would you be more likely to sit at for 2 hours? Why?
More
environment.
Cleaner?
Students, I think student
Quieter.
environment.
Student environment. But this is the key, right? What makes that student environment? What makes that
Because they
experience?
provide the environment for the student to be quiet.
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 Quiet. Anything else?
The Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi. Oh, that's so important. So when we
And some
put
tables. So it's not about not only chairs.
Yeah.
Tables
Not
too.
for food, it's for.
Yeah.
So different. Look at all the things we just mentioned that go into the experience. Chairs,
And lots
Wi-Fi.
of different types of chairs.
customer
Yeah.
service, employees, the quality, whether they specialize in coffee or specialize in something else. All of these things come into play, right, to create your experience.
Yeah.
Cool, that was a good question. Whose question was that? That was a good question, whoever asked that. Do we have any questions at the creating level? We might, hopefully you have questions because it was your homework, but we might not be able to answer that. We might not be able to create anything in the 8 minutes that we have left in class. But what question did you have, Luke?
It's because Ernest started his business as a hot dog stand. And he finally used his talent to make the business success. And my question is, what talent you have, and how could you use that talent to help your future plan?
Awesome. Did you guys hear that? First, identify your talent, and then how can you make a plan based around that talent? It's like, that's a great question, Lou. It's like maximizing your skills. Can we answer that right away? Or will that take a while to think about? It's going to take a while, right? I like your question, though. We can't do it right now because we just don't have the time. But that's a great question. What other creating questions do we have?
I have a different question.
Okay.
Do you know that cat on the main street, small cat?
Yeah.
So what do you think? What's the good plan for him to?
Create a plan for. You guys know the food stand on Main Street outside the 5 and 10?
Yep.
There's a guy just like Ernesto's hot dog stand.
Yeah.
How could we create a business plan for him to maybe like make a restaurant or expand his business? That's awesome. Are you guys looking at the stand?
No,
because
we took a picture. Yeah.
Ah!
Wow.
Oh my gosh, were you thinking of the Go-Giver?
I know that. I know that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And he's busy. He has a line of people, right?
I want to make a cart like this.
This is really important about this guy. I want to say something. He created his base of customers by remembering their name and executing what they want. And when they tried, the city of Newark and the University of Delaware tried to remove him, they all came to his aid at the town hall meeting. And what they did was they wanted to make it, you had to have a permit to do that. So they opened up the ones on the UD campus. And everybody came to the town hall meeting and supported that guy. And they were given, and then they gave him a permit so he continued doing his business.
So it's delicious.
I haven't tried yet.
Yeah.
After what Adam said, I must try.
I was doing on my phone over here, while you guys were asking and answering questions, was timing how long it took you to answer each one. I gave up eventually because they were getting a bit long, but when we were asking these remembering questions, it took you 2 seconds and 4 seconds to answer these. And as soon as you answered, it was done. There was no discussion. No one else even wanted to share an answer. What's the first law? Or what's his strategy? Giving. Okay, great. Next. No? Understanding. 3 seconds and 6 seconds to answer. Once you got up into applying, you were over at 87 seconds to answer this. And on top of it, 3 different people chimed in. 3 different people wanted to volunteer answers. And then once we started getting up here, I just didn't even time. Think about how long we took to answer evaluating. Everyone participated in that evaluation question. Everyone had something to say. You had to defend your side. You couldn't just say, why Starbucks? It's clean.
Yeah.
No, it's clean, and therefore I want to stay there longer, and therefore I feel like I could eat other things there. You defended your side. So you see how when you get to the graduate level, your classes are based on this sort of thing. Your classes are based on your ability to read something at home and come to class and bring valuable information, ideas, and questions to the table. You're going to spend, these classes are long when you get to graduate school. 90 minutes you're going to be discussing long journal articles and ideas that are relevant to your major. So when you are doing that, how can we, if we extend this to our graduate classes, when you're reading your journals or your chapters in your textbook and you're taking notes, this gives you a really strong foundation, right? You shouldn't be coming to class with these kinds of questions.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to really start any discussion. It's not going to be that interesting. But as soon as you get up here, if you can come to class, if you can go to your grad class with these kinds of questions, your teacher's really going to appreciate having you in class. You ask interesting questions, people want to answer them, and it gets some really interesting debate going. We got a lot of good perspectives out of that, right? And we connected it to our lives. We looked at the cart on Main Street, Dunkin' Donuts versus Starbucks. We made this really realistic for ourselves, right? That's what you want to do when you go to grad school. That's what you want to do in your grad classes. We are